The abandoned Frontenac mine near the ghost town of Nevadaville, Colorado, has one of the biggest abandoned shaft houses in the entire state, and along the way to the house, there's other mines like the Druid mine and the remains of the Gilpin Railroad's trackbed, with lots of history to be discovered. The mine story gets its beginnings all the way back to the Pikes Peak Gold Rush in 1859, when miners first began extensively prospecting Colorado's rich mineral deposits. It was during this rush that a man named William Russell would first discover gold in the area, and overnight a population boom set off, with more than 2,500 people living in the new town of Nevadaville just 1 year later, with these miners producing more than $35,000 in minerals a week. It wouldn't be until more than a decade later, in 1879, that the Frontenac mine would be patented, and it was operated jointly with the nearby Adudel mine, founded 3 years prior. Also, if you're enjoying so far, then please make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more Western mining explorations and documentaries. When Congress and President Cleveland repealed the Sherman Silver Purchase Act in 1893, the demand for silver dropped, which significantly hurt the Frontenac, and miners couldn't dig down without running into large amounts of water. By 1895, the mine was abandoned, and over the next few years, fire destroyed all of its buildings. But this wouldn't be the end for the mine, as in 1900, the Argo Tunnel drilled into the Frontenac and Adudel's workings, draining the annoying water, and operations were quickly restarted at the two mines. In 1907, the large and hefty Frontenac shaft house was constructed at the site, while just 2 years later, the Gilpin Railroad, which was a small narrow gauge railroad that serviced the mines and mills of the towns of Central City and Blackhawk, built a spur to the shaft house, allowing for easier transportation of its raw materials. In 1911, the Frontenac mill opened in Blackhawk, which processed more than 250 pounds of raw ore every day, and together the Frontenac and Adudel mines would continue operating off and on until they finally ceased operations for good in the 1950s, having made a combined $6 million since 1902, and likely more if you could find the forgotten production records from before then. For many years after its abandonment, the shaft house and other buildings were left to deteriorate, but over the last decade it has since been restored to its original beautiful state, and today you can do a short hike up to an overlook of the mine, and there's numerous other structural remains along the way, and the historic railroad bed, although unfortunately the tracks are all gone. You can also visit the nearby Druid Mines tunnel, which operated between 1872 and 1939. The main shaft is over 500 feet deep, with 8 operating levels. The Frontenac mine is only one of many historic mines in the Virginia Canyon area, but it remains some of the best preserved mining remains in the entire state of Colorado, and I look forward to covering the other mines more in depth in documentaries in the future, so please make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to help me reach 100 subscribers, and I'll catch you all in the next one.